Having established protocol, I will recognize a few. Past International President Joe, the rest of the Arizona international family, past international directors, council chairs, past council chairs, district governors, first, second leadership team, and Lions. And if there's a few guests, I'll be more than glad to induct you into Lionism. So, all right. First of all, thank you so much for the Melvin Jones Lions International Memorial Board of Directors for extending an invitation to be with you all and join you all today. Ken said, yeah, I tried, but the third time's the charm. Okay, the first time was COVID. The second time, it had been just 11 days before I got a call to come to Arizona. I got booked in Kentucky for their state convention, so I said, but I'm here. And by the way, my wife, Lion Juanita, extends her regrets not being here. But let me tell you just a little short story. I've had some plumbing problems, not myself. My house. We bought the house 16 years ago, and I'm sure the contractor knew that they had defective water lines. And of course, they didn't say anything. I've had 11 water leaks in 15 years there.
Wow.
And I had three of them within a 5 week period right before Christmas. And by that time, the plumber had been telling me, you're going to have it done over. So I called they call it Retube Company. They did a great job, but I'm on their schedule. And they did the plumbing part, but guess what? This week, starting Tuesday, they've been patching 22 different holes, whether it was walls, ceilings, and attics, and so on. So somebody had to be there, and I didn't flip a coin. I just said, "I'm going. You're staying." And she understood. But hopefully, it won't be the last time, and one day she'll be able to also experience the great work, the passion that each one of you demonstrates, and not just demonstrates, but you not only do you do the talk, you really do the walk in recognizing the legacy of our founder, Melvin Jones. Very special to be here at in the birthplace. And because you see, I'm from Texas, there is a connection with Melvin Jones. Okay, there's a very powerful connection because even though he was in Chicago and he was doing great work over there, he had this vision that to form an association of Lions Club. And it was because he went in 1917 to Dallas, Texas, and got 12 of the clubs that were doing some great work there. Once they got to 12, well, Indiana came in and so on. But it was that vision that he had back then. So when we're in Texas, Melvin Jones is definitely a very special person that we recognize. Because without him, we wouldn't be here today. It's a great time to be a Lion, and it's a great time to be part of the Melvin Jones Lions International Memorial. As we continue to celebrate, and this is the 56th year that we rededicate his vision, living and serving the Lions, the vision of Lions. Because you see, we're rededicating his vision, but we're also rededicating our own vision as to why we are Lions and why we feel so good to be Lions. Because the number one thing that Lions are distinguished for is that we do a lot of things, including fun things, but we serve. And we serve from the heart. Because every time that each one of us has a special moment and we have an idea, it usually comes from the mind. But the follow through, the one that really makes the difference, the one that makes that impact on our community is from the heart, because we serve from the heart. And each one of you are very, very special because you are a member of Alliance Club. Today, just like Melvin Jones did in 1917, each one of you is making your mark. You're making your mark and leaving your legacy for others in the future to be able to learn and mentor from the work that we do today so that the work of life will continue. Nothing stopped what we do. We had COVID-19, it slowed everybody up. It kind of slowed down a little bit Lionism too. But guess what? The one constant thing that never changed, even with COVID-19, is that we did continue to be members of the Lions Club, to make our community a better place to live, and to make that and to feel real good about ourselves. Because each one of us, in everywhere we go, we lead by example. We carry the legacy of Melvin Jones, that very powerful vision that together we can achieve so much. I'm sure that in 1917 there were individuals that were very service minded and were doing great things. But when we come together and we form a Lions Club, there's nothing stopping us from doing the impossible because we have strength in numbers and definitely strength in the type of work that we serve. You know, we're known for vision, but I'm sure that in 1917, just like when we form a new Lions Club today, it's there. We go and recruit new Lions so that they can make their community a better place to live. I've had the honor of serving as speaker of clubs that had their 100th anniversary. And as I did a little bit of preparation for that night, uh, the one thing that always came out was they formed the Lions Club, that vision of Melvin Jones to make the community a better place. Whether it was to fix roads or to put benches at parks, whatever it was always, it went back that they wanted their community to be a better place to live. And today, we ourselves, each time that we have a rededication, each time that we remember his birthday in January, we know that it re-energizes us as members of Alliance Club to continue the great work that was started more than 100 years ago because of that mission. It's so important, and you're a great example. I've been here since Tuesday. I've gotten to know so many, and I got to see some people that I wasn't expecting to see today that I've met somewhere else. That's the beauty and the fun of the fellowship that we have as well. So we have a great combination because we have fun, but we also serve. And that separates us from everybody else. Everybody else does great work, but we do great work. And we feel good about it. You know, today, with all the challenges that we have in our society, the number one thing that we need to continue to work as members of the Lions Club is to share the joy of being alive. Each one of you is here today because you enjoy being alive. Somebody asked me earlier, well, why did you become a lion? Well, actually, when I was asked to be a lion, I was 21 years old. I was very blessed that I was. But you know what? I said no. And I said no for the wrong reason. I knew lions in that district, and I did not really, or in that city, and I really had a problem with a few, not directly, but maybe they just weren't in the same profession that I was, or whatever. Okay? And I said no. Now, I was pretty brave at the age of 21 because guess who I said no to? My brother-in-law. That's pretty being pretty brave. Okay. By the way, if Lion Juanita was here and she started throwing kisses at me, it's not because she's getting romantic. It's she's trying to send me a message. Keep it short, stupid. All right. Well, the short I can understand, but stupid. So she would. But 2 years later, they gave me another opportunity. I moved to my hometown. I had received a scholarship from the Lions Club in my own neighborhood, in my own community. So I knew the great work that the Lions did. And when I was offered the invitation, guess what? I didn't hesitate. I get to the meeting. This is 1976. I get to the meeting, and the president or the chairperson is reading a list of the members, and they're saying, by the way, Lion members, you need to pay up. Lion Roy, $600. Lion Floyd, $1,000, and on. And I said, what am I getting myself into? I don't bring, but I mean, I gross $600 a month. But I didn't hesitate. Oh, by the way, they were raffling a brand new house, and the tickets were $100. This is 1976.
Wow.
That's what Lions do. But you know what? It gave me the opportunity to be able to say, I want to serve because that was a big project and it was a big challenge and a big shock too. But guess what? 40 something years later, I'm still here and I always go back and remember to tell my story. As Lions, we need to remember that we feel good about ourselves and that we're very proactive about the things we do, and we need to share our story because people want to be like us because you lead by example. Each one of you, in your own way, you lead by example. You make the difference. You make the impact, just like Melvin Jones did back in 1917. Whether he went to Texas or Indiana or anywhere else and got his message, people followed him. People followed him because his work for service was very unique, very special. And that's the same type of work that you continue to do. Bring that vision that you have as a lion to life because others want that same passion to serve. That beautiful heart of Melvin Jones is the beautiful heart that you have today. Every time that you have an act of kindness, every time that we make our community a better place to live, we serve and we serve with our heart. On focusing on the outcome, I'm sure in 1917 there were a lot of challenges, just like we have today. We live in a very unstable kind of society, okay, with different approaches and so on. But the one thing that everyone can settle on is when we talk about service. Because when we talk about service, it makes our heart feel good that we are doing something good for someone else. And there's a lot of needs. Where there's a need, there's a life. I use that very often because the Lions, each one of you, with every rededication, you bring in that vision of Melvin Jones to life and you make a better place to live. Melvin Jones back then had a vision and he joined and he formed a team. And with that team then became a plan. And eventually, guess what? We're enjoying the success. Well, that same vision, that same plan to continue that success for the Lions, it's up to us to continue to do that. Because as we continue to do that, we will continue to not only bring the vision of service the vision of Melvin Jones back to reality, but we're bringing our own vision as individual lions because each one of us, each one of you, you're the catalyst. You're the one that is the inspiration. You keep the vision of Melvin Jones alive. Each one of you is a shining star. Each one of you is a Melvin Jones. You're a Melvin Jones because you carry the spirit, the vision that he established so many years ago. And we bring it to life. The legacy of Melvin Jones and the legacy of service continues every day. That's why our clubs are so powerful. And we're the first ones, when there's a crisis, we're the first ones to be there in our community, and we don't do shortcuts. We're the last ones to leave until the work is done. Because we as Lions, we take action and we make our mark. Thank you again very, very, very much for the opportunity, and congratulations on that great passion to always remember our founding lion, Melvin Jones, with this rededication and the growth of the memorial as a tribute to not only the lions of Arizona, but the lions throughout the world as we remember Melvin Jones being our founding lion. Thank you so much.